2, 1. Who's introducing?
It's me.
Oh, right. 3, 2,
I was
1.
Hello and welcome to this week's Football Talk podcast. International break. We're all loving it. Well, all the Spurs fans are loving it because Spurs aren't losing. We must be like 7 days without a loss. This is great. But everybody else probably not having much fun. Dave, how are you enjoying international break?
It's fucking boring. It's so boring. Like,
you're a Man United fan. You should be loving it as well.
No, but right. This weekend, Kate's away on a netball tour to Bali, right? So I've got the whole house to myself.
Fucking hell.
Well, it's only like 2 hours away, 3 hours away. It's not like if you told me your missus was going on a netball tour to Bali, that would be impressive.
Well, one, she doesn't play netball. I'd be very surprised. Yeah, and two, Bali is far, far away. So can I just delve a little bit into this? How much netball will be being played?
They had one whole day tournament, which is a lot more than I thought they would play.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, and then they've gone for the jolly because Kate obviously FaceTimed me on Saturday after the first day, and she was like, "Yeah, so we were asked if we're going to come to the second day, and we just assumed that we hadn't qualified, so we're all going out on the piss." And it wasn't a qualification thing; it was just everyone was playing the first and second day. So they didn't play the second day; they went out on the piss. But yeah, anyway, so she's away, right? She's away in Bali, and then my football also gets cancelled today because the referee had to pull out with short notice, which means if there had been football on today, I could have watched it all weekend. I could have watched all the Premier League football.
You can watch all the international stuff. I
can't. It's all bollocks. I'm not staying up till 2 a.m. to watch England lose to whoever the fuck we lost to, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Fucking rubbish. I'm not. No, it's get it out.
That was rubbish.
Yeah,
that was actually really rubbish. I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting to people actually. I mean, when I was younger, when I was kind of like in my teens and literally like obviously not caring the world, I absorbed all football. I remember watching under like 16 tournaments. I remember discovering Aaron Lennon. He was a 14-year-old playing under 16 tournaments. I was like, wow, he's amazing. And Spurs signed a few years later. But player of a tournament that year was Phil Ifill, the former Spurs right back, who never really went on to anything. But I watched all football. I remember watching Massimo Macaroni play up front with Pirlo in midfield. I think this is right, in Italy versus England in like the under-21s. I watched all football, and and like England qualifiers. You must have been watching them. Like you watched them when you were younger. David Beckham's free against Greece. You must have been that.
Yeah, I watched all of that religiously when I was younger. But now I'm old and I'm a grumpy mother f. I just no. Just be like, we're going to decide who qualifies for the tournaments by FIFA rankings, and the FIFA ranking. Well, then all the same teams would be in the tournament, but like, it's so dull.
Especially
no
the way
one really
that
cares.
But we hadn't lost in a qualifier in 10 years. I think it's 2009 last time we lost a qualifier in the Euros, was it? Yeah. And so it's kind of becomes a foregone conclusion. And whereas when you're younger, like, oh, what will happen? Will we win? It's like, oh yeah, we win now. We win. Normally comfortably, but not so this week. I mean, Michael Keane still gets an England side, which is, I mean, I'm probably just, I don't know who's more surprised, me or him. I don't know.
Him, probably. I'd suggest. I think he's every time his phone goes off, he's probably Gareth Southgate's phoning me. Must be asking for a recommendation of someone in the youth setup. Michael, do you want to play? Yeah. No.
Do you reckon he's more surprised, or do you reckon Rebecca Vardy was more surprised that she got rumbled?
Josh coming up with I was going to say political statement. That's not political, but yeah, it's like that is. I mean, that even that news has made it to Singapore about Rebecca Vardy and Colleen's ongoing, and now I don't know how could she suggest it was Rebecca Vardy when she's heavily pregnant? Well,
I know.
Doesn't matter how pregnant you are.
Ways to oust her as a absolute abysmal friend once she's given birth.
Yeah.
But then it'll be, how dare you accuse me when I've got a young child? It's like, what we're going to meant to do? Wait till the kid's 18 and as chavvy as Jamie? No. So my take on this, just because we're going to go into it now, is that I mean, first of all, when Colleen. Because I was a little bit late to this, like it happened in the morning, I was in the afternoon, I caught it, and I saw a big statement from Colleen, like she had that big message. I was like, oh, where's Wayne put his penis now? Is what I immediately thought. I was like, oh god, I'll stick by him, even though
who's
he's been caught
who's granny as he shagged
hanging
him
out
this
the
time.
back of someone. Yeah, but was it good? It was.
It's weird, isn't it? And do you think she's waited till International Week to do it? Because this is, but it has it's taken over, innit? It's given some news to football. Like it's kept it in. It's just, but it's given entertainment.
Do I think she's waiting through international break? What people maybe when you're like, right, well, it's a bit quiet when England play. Can we jazz up a bit? Right, Wayne's gone to clean. Can you release the old Vardy stuff when England are going to play Czech?
Keep that keep it in the back pocket. Waiting for international break. Get in the news. Katie made a very good point about all this, right, when it came out. She's like, do you think they do this and they talk about this all in public just to keep in the frame and then have kids? So Jamie Vardy, this is Jamie Vardy's 5th child, right? That's a lot of kids, isn't it? That is a lot of kids. And I said to Kate, I reckon the wives just push out all these babies because they think if they're having sex with me, then they're not going to go off and find sex anywhere else. Not quite true in the case of Wayne Rooney. That's what I said in my logic. And Kate was like,
wow.
Katie was like, I think their logic is that if they have kids, then they stay in the news. So thoughts. I mean, this is technically still football. So
I'm going to go for they would like a big family and they just love each other and they just want to see.
But that's not controversial, is it?
No, I mean, I always think if I was richer, I'd have more kids, but so I could afford care. Not like I don't want a nanny. Yeah. I don't want a nanny. I'd like stuff to do all the other things around my house. Like I'd look after my kids myself, but I want everything done, gardener, clean everything, so I can so I don't have to. I mean, that's a slog.
That. I'm just
being. I think I just love it. I just love the families.
Controversial. Yeah. Do you honestly not think there's a part of it that is like if they're having sex with me, then it means they're not having sex, cheating on me somewhere else? They've got to keep them entertained, haven't they? They've got to keep these footballers entertained.
I mean, yeah, that's hopefully that isn't why, because that's almost that's really weird and creepy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Welcome to Football Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, loose women. Right.
Oh, but enough about Rebecca Vardy. Anyway, apologies, Rebecca.
Let's move on to something else. Well done, Clean Rooney. I'm in Team Rooney on this. What should we cover? Let's have a look at some news during the week. So obviously, cover the news. That was obviously one big part of football-related news. And I want to touch on.
Could not wait to talk about that gossip. He was waiting for that to go out. Unbelievable. Yeah. Go on then. Football news. Football news.
Hugo Lloris out injured until January now, just after his horrific.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
Confirmed dislocated shoulder, dislocated elbow. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, I'm not missing him because obviously not played. But I whenever Gazaniga stepped in, I've been like, oh, you're not Lloris, are you? But I mean, it'd be a good chance.
That's a positive now.
yeah, it's a good chance for a second choice team to get a good run of games actually, and you can really, because often Pochettino will make a decision on his contract, or maybe Levy will, and you can see him in training. This is like, right, we're up against it. This is the test. Now you'll be playing Champions League games. You'll be playing league games. No, that's it. You won't play any League Cups like that. But yeah, it's a real test for him. So it'd be really good to see how he comes through it, and if he is actually. Because then it might make or break his career. So obviously, I don't think he will ever usurp Lloris. But if he does really well, maybe it's his chance to prove himself. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, true. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, you never wish an injury like that on anybody, do you? So I hope he does have a speedy recovery and he comes back to, the form he had when he was one of the best goalkeepers. Was he one of the best goalkeepers in the world? I was going to just say that sort of like quite blasé, but
yeah, I reckon you'd say that at a time.
He is a World Cup winner,
He would never have been someone's number one, but he would have been a lot of people's top 5, I'd say, at a time.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So he wouldn't. You'd never. I don't think you'd ever say he was the world's best, but he was always one. You got to have that prefix one of.
There was that time, wasn't it, when just before he moved to Spurs, I think it was, when it was sort of like, oh, who's going to get him? He's this amazing, sort of like looked at as like a young prospect sort of goalkeeper. He wasn't. Yeah. He was. Late mid-20s when he moved to Spurs? Maybe late?
Yeah, probably 24, 25.
And then he had like 2 or 3 really good seasons with Spurs, and then it was like, oh, well, which club's he going to join? and he stuck with, and his form fell off a cliff. But
Speaking of goalkeepers though, and their career changes, Petr Cech, you seen what he's doing now?
Yes, and I didn't even write this down as something to mention. He has signed to play ice hockey for the same team that my godparent's son was the goalkeeper for. In ice hockey.
He's been replaced.
Well, he used to play it. I don't know if he still does, because obviously I lost touch. So because they used to live in Guildford or wherever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
And he used to play in goal for probably Guildford Phoenix youth team. But I mean, it's quite rare, isn't it, to have a link to that club? So yeah, that took my eye. Is there any news on how he did? Did he play?
Oh, I'm not sure when. Is it happened yet? I didn't realise they had a game yet.
I don't know. I'm looking up now. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I presume he can ice skate. Otherwise, it's going to be a real shitter. But I mean, at least he gets to wear a helmet. He loves a helmet, doesn't he?
Yeah, loves a helmet. Do you think that's what he was looking at? He was like, "What jobs can I wear a hat?" Oh, ice hockey goalkeeper. That'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I can't find it. I don't think they've played. They're playing the 4th tier of the British ice hockey pyramid. It's a step down, better. Should have aimed higher.
But he already had a job, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's Chelsea director of football, isn't he?
No, he's got a weird job, isn't he? It's like director of technical and sporting performance. Technical and performance. He's advisor. Oh, he's like a Ned. He's like a non-executive director. He's going to be just like there, just using his knowledge for like one day a week. So yeah, he probably needs something else to fill the void.
Yeah.
That and loves playing the drums as well, doesn't he?
Oh my god, how do you know all this about Petr Cech?
Oh, me and Petr, and he's a really nice guy actually. He's a very sensual lover. I'm sorry.
Oh bless. Right,
would you? I mean,
you just about to ask me. Would you? Would you?
Just to finish it off though, that's what he did to me.
Oh my! This is what happens when it's international week. Everything goes out of control.
Again, would he be the same as Lloris, one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time, or do you reckon he could have been to the top of that level?
Oh, I think he was. I think he was one of the best. I'm trying to remember when he was at peak. Probably peak Chelsea was his best.
Probably, yeah.
And who else was?
I joined them in 2004, I think. So
yeah,
probably
who else was around at that sort of time? In terms of goalkeepers, would he have been the best in the world?
Buffon would already have been around.
Yeah.
Casillas, and that would have been peak Casillas as well.
Yeah, true. It definitely would have been up there, top 5, I think. Definitely in top 5 at the time. Any other news on Petr Cech that you want to share with us, or?
No, but I follow Transfer Market on Instagram. They released a retired 11 who retired in 2019, and Petr Cech is in goal, and it's a hell of a side, and it's kind of like seeing my youth kind of deteriorate. So I mean, the defence is weak, but obviously big names. So Patrice Evra, Andrea Barzagli, and Ashley Cole in defence.
Okay. Yep.
A fellow recent retiree, Bastian Schweinsteiger, retired this or last week, didn't he? Wesley Sneijder, Ian Robin, and Xavi in midfield. That's a hell of a midfield.
That's a great midfield.
Yeah. And then up front again is ridiculous. Torres, Van Persie, and Samuel Eto'o.
That's very good.
I mean,
I think that would beat Man United and Tottenham.
Yeah.
Right now.
And managed by Louis van Gaal.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what Louis van Gaal's full name is?
Louis van Gaal.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Next, I can't even pronounce his first name. So his first name is Aloysius. Then it's Paulus Maria van Gaal. Bit of a mouthful. Much like Petr Cech. Oh God. Move away from it. But that is how much of that is our youth there? I mean, Samuel Eto'o was always that Barcelona striker. So where do you pick? A lot of these may be one club men. So I'll read the player out. Where do you see them in their career? So Samuel Eto'o, you see him as a
Barcelona striker.
Robin van Persie,
Man United striker.
Arsenal striker. Fernando Torres,
Liverpool
striker.
Well, I don't know actually. Probably is Liverpool. Because I do remember him as left to go Madrid because of Football Manager and stuff. When you used to sign him as a wonder kid, but probably Liverpool for playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wesley Sneijder.
Inter Milan.
Yes, helped win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Wesley Sneijder. I should have said through the transfer rumours of being linked to Man United. That's how I remember him.
Yeah, he also had a time linked to Spurs as well. Yeah. Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Bayern Munich.
I mean, Xavi.
Barcelona. Yeah.
Big Al Sad fan, me. Ian Robin. What's this? Is a funny. Where do you see him in your memory bank?
Bayern Munich is my memory bank. Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I think because I would have watched him so much more in Chelsea, but then obviously there's so many peak. Oh, actually, I've just remembered the missed penalty in the Champions League final. Oh no!
No, I still think.
Can't
Ian
believe
Robben,
you've done this.
Ian Robben is Bayern Munich.
Okay. Patrice Evra,
Man United.
West Ham for me.
West Ham.
No, I always remember. I watched a couple of times. Went to White Hart Lane to watch Spurs. Man United.
Yep.
Yeah, and Patrice Evra warmed up, and he had some phenomenal dribbling skills. He used to dribble up and down the line, and lots of kind of step overs and stuff. It was really, really interesting to watch because he didn't really display that too much in the game. He obviously had a few bursts down there, a few bits of skill, but it was showing a lot of skill when warming up. And I always love watching a side warm up because you really get to see how good a player is. Because I remember also when that happened, I also watched John O'Shea warm up, and I thought, I'll get my boots because that is average.
Okay.
Andrea Barzagli.
Juventus.
Yeah, I always remember him as this is not watching, but I always remember it being that rogue player for I think it was is it Werder Bremen or Wolfsburg on Football Manager.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what's this Italian guy doing in Germany? Yeah.
It was Werder Bremen, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the hell?
Yeah. Ashley Cole.
Chelsea.
It's
tough.
I agree.
I think I remember him more at Chelsea. Yeah. Oh, actually, I remember him more at AS Roma for not being in the team photo.
Lingering. Yeah. I never really saw him play for Derby, but I imagine it was forgettable.
I did. I saw him play
you?
in the yes, because I watched the playoffs, either semi-final or final, and their normal left back was suspended, so he had to come in and start, and it was his last game before he retired.
I remember seeing him get an assist for Ibrahimovic for LA Galaxy, I think. So I've seen him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And then Petr Cech. I mean, that surely is
Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah. Manager Louis van Gaal. Do you have obviously the Man United memories?
I do, but I actually remember most about Van Gaal as the Dutch manager because of.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because of when they got to the final. It was Louis van Gaal when they lost to Spain.
Oh, with Nigel de Jong.
Yeah, with Nigel de Jong karate kick. Yeah, and Van Persie scoring the flying header. So that was in a different competition, I think. Cause that was a different.
That was
against Spain, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was against Spain. Yeah, but what header that was?
Yeah. You've just talked about Zlatan, and he's been in the news because you said Ashley Cole assisted him. Have you seen his new statue?
I have seen his new statue. Yeah.
Absolutely mental. I mean, all statues of footballers are a bit mental, but
I mean, all statues are just a little bit odd, aren't they?
Yeah. At least it sort of looks like him.
It does, but
all the other statues, the footballers.
What I haven't read like the situation he's in because he's topless in it, isn't he?
He is wearing shorts or maybe boxers in it. I think it's football shorts he's wearing. Yeah. So it's just very strange. It's better than the Mohamed Salah one, if you've seen that.
I haven't seen the Mo Salah one.
Oh god, you've got to look at it. There's a actually, let me just.
Oh my! What the fuck is that?
But hang on, have you seen the picture where it links into the guy from Home Alone?
One of the Wet Bandits.
Yeah. Let me just. I've just sent you the link.
Got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It looks like a little gremlin, actually.
Yeah.
We'll obviously. I mean, that's the thumbnail sorted.
Oh yes, Joshua, it is definitely the thumbnail sorted. Just quickly saving that image.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's still obviously. Which is worse, that or the Cristiano Ronaldo? All his features, all of his features are within like an inch of itself in the middle of his face.
Oh yeah, Cristiano.
Christ, it's a
Why
real
are
dying.
These people? How are these professional sculptors?
It's a dying trade, isn't it? It's not the quality it used to be.
Oh man, it's absolutely shocking. But right, back to the news. This is going to be a football podcast. I mean,
it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Just a little one. Not like Petr Cech. Man, I just read earlier today. That Jose Mourinho is Man United's fourth most successful manager of all time.
Yes, I also read that somewhere recently.
I mean, he's level with Ron Atkinson, but because Ron Atkinson's racist, I'll just remove him from the list.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, seconded that one. Yeah, it was obviously Sir Alex is at the top.
Well, yeah,
isn't it?
The overall
Solskjaer
stat
is one of the worst at the moment.
I mean, that really doesn't take much thinking about. But the stat was that 56 of United's 66 trophies have been won by just 3 different managers.
Oh.
I mean, 38 have been won by Sir Alex. So.
Yeah.
Then there's Matt Busby, and then do you know who the third most successful is? This is a rogue one.
No.
Ernest Mangle. Big fan of his, were you?
Who the hell is Ernest Mangle?
Oh, yeah, from 1903 to 1912. So maybe he was on the Titanic. Good knowledge there, Josh. Thank you. 2 First Division titles, 1 FA Cup, 2 FA Charity Shields. Different time though, wouldn't it? I'm not a big fan of retrospective. I mean, I almost feel like you kind of wash away history when it's like with that time. It's not like, don't compare it. It's really, I mean, they probably had like very few people playing, and it's not right. I mean, well done for that time, but it's not comparable to Sir Alex now, is it?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's not the same to compare it.
I mean, even if you even watch Premier League years, right, and you watch a season from like the mid or even late 90s, the difference in quality between then and now is absolutely astonishing. It's just like how the players now are just phenomenal. It's just everything's developed to the peak, like with nutrition, with training, with fitness, with technique. It's just phenomenal now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is. It's a completely different game. It's incredible how much it's changed in just our span of watching like Premier League from '92 onwards. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Speaking of kind of modern day, so we have Romelu Lukaku has breached the 50 goal mark for Belgium. 51 goals he's now got for the Belgium national side.
Who did he score it against? San Marino.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's bloody got 50 goals for Man United scoring against Lincoln. So
those goals need to be scored. They're not being scored now, are they?
No.
No, they're not.
But that's that's a bugbear I've got about us selling Lukaku. But we can save that for a podcast where we're not talking international week.
Yeah. Also, in terms of goal scorers for international side, did you see Serge Gnabry was now the fastest ever German to reach 10 international goals?
I didn't. How is he not good enough for Arsenal?
West Brom.
West Brom,
and
yeah.
So how many games do you reckon it's taken Serge Gnabry to get to 10 international goals?
6.
Oh, you're taking a fucking mick there.
Have I got that on?
No, you haven't got that on. You've just done 11 games, 10 goals.
Oh, that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Who do you reckon he beat? Who do you reckon was the was previous quickest to 10 goals?
Thomas Muller.
No, it was Miroslav Klose.
Oh, I love Miri.
Little? Ooh,
well,
big lad.
that's because I used to have a rabbit called Miroslav Klose, so he was always little. He died.
What did you...
Thanks for bringing that up, Josh.
Ooh, this is good question. Is he? He's retired now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone.
He was the last at Lazio, wasn't he? A few years back.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. Good header of a ball, much like Mario Jardel.
Yes. I've got some news for you, Josh.
Go on.
Well, I'll change it into a question. Test your knowledge of recent events because it's to do with international football.
Oh no!
Which nation has just ended a 21-year wait for their first ever Euro Championship qualifying win?
A win? Ooh.
It's not San Marino because we know they lost to Belgium.
It's not San Marino. I'm going to go for no, not Gibraltar. No. Yeah. No.
Just pick a team.
Faroe Islands.
No, Andorra.
Oh, Andorra.
Yeah, and they beat Moldova, who you were very close to saying.
Oh.
Yeah, 21 years for their first win in the European Championships.
Andorra are super tiny. There's that tiny little bit between Spain and France, isn't there?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And it looks like they got absolutely battered in the game.
Yeah, well, love it.
Yeah.
Love a shithousing a Cardiff win, I call it now. Cardiff love a kind of sub 30% possession and win a game. That
Yeah.
is Colin Wanker for you.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Right, Josh, I have a topic of conversation that I'd like to introduce, but I think we should do it after the quiz.
Yeah, let's do it. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time. Now, as it's International Week, Dave, I have themed it in accordance with the European Championships, which may or may not tickle your fancy.
It won't, but fine.
10 countries have won the European Championships. 10 different countries have won European Championships. I want you to name those countries. So let's kind of work back. Let's talk through, like, obviously you can start most recently and we can talk it through, but then there'll be one which you won't get. I'm almost 90% sure of this. Well, probably 95% sure you won't get this, but, you know, talk it through, Dave.
Okay. Portugal.
Yes.
I've won it the most recently. They, well, relied on Ronaldo to get him to the final, and then he was injured. So I won it without him.
Who injured him? I can't remember who.
Who did injure him?
Who injured Ronaldo?
You know who it is. You're just trying to tease me.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I remember thinking, oh, he's going to be annoyed there, isn't he? He's got injured. But
no, it's a muscle injury, wasn't it? He just did it.
Yeah, I thought it was like a little bit of a kind of a coming together, and he got injured from it. But no, yeah, it's just but they relied on Eder, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. He scored in extra time, wasn't it, to win it?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, tick Portugal, because obviously Portugal also lost, didn't they? They lost to, do you remember?
They did lose to France. No, they.
No, this is in following on from our shithousing competition. This country shithoused their way to the Euros.
Oh, Greece.
Greece, yeah. Do you remember who? What do you remember? I for some reason I remember a fair few of their players from that tournament, and it was their centre back who was just super composed and phenomenal. Trianos Delas. Remember Trianos Delas?
Yeah, he used to play for. Is he the one? No, it's Nikos Dabizas is who I'm thinking of.
Nikos Dabizas, obviously, used to play for Newcastle, but Delas had a time in England. He played for Sheffield United, I think.
Okay.
Before the tournament. Like,
wow.
I think this was year. I want to say Euro 2000. No, 2004. This was, and in year 2004, and he played for Sheffield United 97 to 99.
Oh wow. Okay. Who did they play up? Was it? No, it wouldn't have been Samaras up front. Not at that time. It would have been.
They had a bit of a 4-3-3 thing going on. So they had like
Charisteas, yeah, Charisteas.
Man from the wing, and Giannakopoulos, who was obviously at Bolton.
Yeah.
Their midfield, wasn't it? Katsouras and Zagorakis. I think it was Zagorakis who then came to Fulham.
Yeah, Theo Zagorakis. Didn't he move to Leicester?
Leicester, that's it, yeah.
So, bloody hell. Yeah, great team. All right. Well, France have won it recently. Or they've won it because they did the World Cup Euros double.
They did do World Cup Euros double, yes.
When did they win it?
They won it twice. They won it. So they beat Italy, obviously. That was Euro 2000.
Yeah.
And then they also won it back. I think it was a Platini one back in '84.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to get that. Yeah, don't worry about that.
But the I remember the Euro 2000 one because it was just Italians. If anyone who's of Italian descent and who supports the Italy national team, they must be absolutely cursing us to mention this because this is where Viltord scored in like the 94th minute or something to take it to extra time. And I always remember this because David Trezeguet was moving that summer. He'll be joining Juventus, and so he's better to join the Italian side. And he scores the golden goal in the 100th minute to win it and a lovely finish as well. It bobbles up and he roofs it with his left foot into the corner. That was beautiful.
Okay, nice.
Okay,
Italy must have won it.
Italy have won it.
They won it in 94. No, it's World Cup 94, isn't it? No,
Italy haven't won it. Italy will won. I'm surprised you got this. This is more of a lightning judgment, I think, because they won it in '68. They have not won.
Wow, yeah, that's a long time. Was that the one you thought I wouldn't get?
No.
Okay. Holland. No, Germany. Sorry, I'll go with the ones I know. Germany have definitely won it.
Germany have won it. Yes.
Euro '96.
Most recently, Euro '96 against Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Do you remember why? What's significant about that?
They
I
beat
think
Gaza, nearly could have won it for us. That
no, I
was
think
quite
this is the
significant.
first use of a golden goal. I think Oliver Bierhoff was the first one to score a golden goal.
Oh, right. Good fact, that. Nice.
Mhm.
If it's correct, we'll fact check later. Okay. I'm going to say someone... This is obscure. I'm going to go
So,
Denmark.
oh, Denmark, correct? Yes.
Because they qualified for that World Cup when they shouldn't have done. And because someone got banned, didn't they? And they went in, and I think they qualified because they had won the Euros.
Yes, so they beat, unlikely in the 92, they beat
Yes.
Germany
Get in
2-0.
there, Dave.
This is, yeah, they had Laudrups at that time, I think it was.
Yeah.
Pete Schmeichel's in goal. I think that would have been before his United career.
Yeah, we signed him in like 95.
Well, he signed him.
94?
He signed in 91.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 different teams, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6.
So what you think? Oh, you've named Germany,
Yeah.
France,
Yeah.
Italy,
Yeah.
Portugal,
Yeah.
Denmark. You threw one in there, but you kind of then replaced it. So that's all I've got. I've got 5 at the moment.
Greece.
So.
Greece.
Oh yeah, sorry, Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
You've got some big nations left. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave there, shall we?
Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to it later.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
God,
Not
when
doing
you
too
said it
bad,
was
mate.
around about International Week, I thought it was going to be all about like nonsense. So, like absolute nonsense that I'd have no idea about. Because you do chuck in a few quizzes that are a bit tough. So.
Sometimes, yeah. It's hard to gauge. You kind of like you base it on your knowledge, and then, but obviously you aren't other people, as in me. I am
what
not
a statement! Yeah, what a
Yes.
statement! You are not other people. This is what you tune in for, listeners. This is what you tune
Absolutely.
in for. So
you. Deep, real deep.
right. So this is away
So.
from international football now. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about shit nicknames that fans give footballers. Now, the reason I was talking about this is because I was listening to a Man United podcast very recently, as in yesterday, and not only was it incredibly depressing, but they were doing in this show, because it's International Week, I think they had some like viewer phone-ins or something. I can't remember. It was either phone-ins or comments that they were reading, and one of the things was, who out of all the players at Man United, since we've had Ole as manager, has Ole improved as a player? And one of the things was, Scott McTominay. And then it was raised, and when they said it, it was like, McSauce. I was like, I can't stand that. What is that about? It's not clever, it's not good, it's not right. What?
Why?
Yeah, why? So I want to know your opinions and your thoughts on shit nicknames that fans give players, because it does my head in. Like when Jesse Lingard had that one good season, what did everyone call him about Messi or something? I can't remember what it was. It was like, was it Messi Lingard? It might have been. It was just like,
Oh god.
it was just,
I'm not a big fan of the goat or goats.
I can't stand the goat. It took me ages to figure out what it meant. Like, I'm so old, I didn't know what it meant.
But obviously you spoke about Ole. Ole was obviously known as the babyface assassin, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's nostalgia, but that I could understand, because he literally just came off the bench and scored goals and had a baby face. But even then, just call him Solskjaer. Like, what's that about?
Yeah, I am a fan of just using the last name. Like, on some forums, and you see a lot of kind of American fans or new fans, they want to just shorten a name, like they call Christian Eriksen Chris. It's like, who the fuck calls him Chris? It's Eriksen.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. But some are quite good. For some reason I quite like Roberto Baggio was known as the Divine Ponytail. I just think that's just quite.
No, call him Baggio. That wasn't his nickname, was it? People weren't going around saying, what a goal from the Divine Ponytail. No, they were saying, what a goal from Baggio.
No, they've gone Il Divino Ponytaglio.
Yeah, just like that. But there are people literally, rather than saying McTominay, are saying McSauce. Fuck off. Get out of my ears.
What is that about? Why?
Because he's meant to be good, and it's like saucy, I think. Like,
if that is,
it's just sauce, isn't it? Yeah, good sauce.
That
Get on the
is
sauce.
disgusting.
McSauce. Fuck off, dicks.
Yeah, Like Cashley Cole, that can do one.
Yeah, that can do one. I don't. That was nonsense.
What about is this with recent penchant for the initials and then their shirt number, like CR7?
Wow,
that's their marketing themselves.
Yeah, that annoys me, but that's just like a branding marketing thing. And I think when you make that, I mean, when Anthony Martial kicked up a fuss that he couldn't have number 10 because he was AM10 and he'd been shifted to or AM7 or whatever he was. And then he got changed numbers and he kicked up a right fuss. Just, it means you haven't made it, mate. You're not that good. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, you can sort of understand it. He's a very good footballer. But, if you started telling me, Josh, that after your one game in 5-a-side or 6-a-side the other week, you're going to come out and merchandise JC2, I'll tell you
17,
the fuck right.
I choose 17.
17 JC17?
Well, that's quite a good ring to it, isn't it?
It sounds like a dildo. What you got there? The JC17. It's blinding.
Yeah, God.
17 different pulses. It's incredible.
That's debating too much if it's blinding.
yeah, very true. But yeah, no, that doesn't annoy me too much. It's more the shitty nicknames that fans give players. I just don't like. Yeah, Cashley Cole. Not even your own fans. When opposition fans do it as well, it's just piss off.
When you're on Twitter sometimes and like you see other opposing fans talking about you and they can't even star out the name of like Spurs. They'll put like ... It's like, what, you can't even bring yourself to write Spurs? Get a fucking grip, mate.
Get a life. Get a life. No one is that offended by writing Spurs that they have to actually out.
But do you actually like any nicknames? Is there ones you like? Yeah, I love that nickname.
Not. I mean, like you get some that are like Wazza for Wayne Rooney.
You like that?
No, I don't like it. But it just means it fits into a song, doesn't it? So it's a bit better. But like, no, not really. I really can't think of one off the top of my head that I like. Like a nickname for a player. Even David Beckham called him Golden Balls. What was that about?
No, not even. That is bad.
Yeah,
that is horrific.
I don't get it. I just don't.
No.
And do you know what? I've just pissed myself off even more because in my window that I've got open at the moment in my browser, I've just gone onto Twitter and done a search for McSauce, and the fucking nonsense you get on there about it is ridiculous. So someone's taken a HP bottle and put his face on it and then called it Scott McSauce. Get a life, deluded Karthik. You are fucking deluded. Seriously, sort your life out.
Ooh, we've got aggressive here. Sorry.
And then there's another one here that I could get on board with where it says, people who refer to McTominay as McSauce, it's unnecessary. There's no reason for this. Yeah.
Boringly linked to this. I say linked to this. This is real tenuous.
Get me off this. Get me off this topic.
It takes longer to say www than it does to say World Wide Web. 4 syllables. Just
that's not taking me off topic. That was taking the whole podcast off topic.
Sorry. I do believe you have to type in worldwideweb.youtube.com, then search for Michael Ballsack, and then so we're part of the internet, Dave. This is
we are.
The World Wide Web is us. We are interwoven with the web, so this is very much on topic.
Yeah, it's very. You've done well. You've rescued that. I'll give you that one. So, I mean, yeah, right. Get me off this topic. I had another topic I wanted to talk about, but my rage has made me forget what it is.
Oh no.
So, have you got a topic?
I've got a topic. It's called Wikifiles.
I got a Wikifile. Here comes a Wikifile. I got a Wikifile for you. Hey! Right, Josh, you need to send me the Wikifile. Because I ain't got no Wikifile.
I'm sending you a Wikifile. You might want to just rerun the song again.
More Wikifile, more problem. I got a Wikifile. I've got it. Right then, here we
I've cut it off again.
Go. What do you mean you've cut it off again? You have as well, haven't you? Fucking hell. Well, I'll go with the stats I've got. So, I haven't got a youth career, but in 1991 to 1995, he played for Slavia Prague. 90 appearances, 24 goals. 95 to 96, he played for Borussia Dortmund, which is quite a big step up. 1 year there, 27 appearances, 4 goals, I think that is.
Yeah, I mean, what else is it going to be? 40?
Well,
That's
it could be
crazy.
40, 41, 42. It got him a big money move to Liverpool. 96 to 2003, Liverpool, 148 appearances, 28 goals. Okay, looking at maybe a midfielder. 2003, 2005, Portsmouth, 52 appearances, 8 goals. 2005 to 2008, Aston Villa, 29 appearances, 2 goals. Or the goals are dropping off relatively quickly. 2006, 2007, Stoke City on loan, 7 appearances, 0 goals. Oh, and then Josh, you love this, don't you? A bookend.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same team, is it? It's the same city.
Oh, no, I don't like this.
No.
Bastard.
He's gone back and finished his career at Slavia Prague's rivals, I'd assume, in 2008 to 2010, joining Sparta Prague, not Slavia Prague.
But to fill you in, his youth career was with Sparta Prague. So maybe Slavia are the odd ones out there.
Yeah, okay.
He's wanted to just, right some old wrongs by joining Sparta in the end.
Yeah. 376 appearances, 72 goals. Czech international, I'm going to suggest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he appeared 42 times, scoring 18 goals for Czech Republic.
Was this a long-haired, left-sided midfielder?
Oh, was it?
By the name of Patrick Berger.
Yes, do you know his full name?
Yes, always.
Oh, it was Patrick Berger.
Oh. Prick. When I first saw the stats, I was adamant it was going to be Vladimir Schmitzer. But it's not, it's Patrick Berger, and I'm glad I got it right.
You asked me earlier, before we start recording, to name your footballer. One, I almost named Patrick Berger, ruined it. And my second choice was going to be Vladimir Schmitzer, because the two go hand in hand somewhat, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Although Vladimir Schmitzer, we used to call him... this is going to massively
nickname for him,
yeah. Obviously, my brother's a Liverpool fan, and I was just about to say, it's massively contradicting what I've just moaned about, but his nickname for us used to be Balloonhead.
Why?
Because he had a massive head. It looked like his head... Yeah, it looked like his head had been inflated. Vladimir
It did look like he'd just had an allergic reaction or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, well within our rights. Anyway, so I've got Patrick Berger. I remember him being really good, but these stats don't suggest it.
I mean, it's a different time though, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we've covered that. But yeah, I mean, 28, he sort of played like left wing forward. I don't remember him being very defensive at all. So I wouldn't have put him like left midfield. I'd put him left wing, like a Ryan Giggs sort of position.
Yeah.
28 in 148. Between 96 and 2003. I'd be interested to know how that compares to Ryan Giggs. Terribly, I'd imagine. But
well, yeah, it's different quality of side, though, isn't it?
Yeah, so he would have been under like Roy Evans and Gerard Houllier when they were first co-managers, and then Roy was told to F off. I think that'd be right around that era.
But fair, I mean, Ryan Giggs had effectively 672 league appearances, 114 goals. So say 1 in 6, and Patrick Berger is probably like 1 in 5. So he's got a bit better goal ratio. Yeah,
fair enough.
I mean, it's all skewed because you think of wingers, and you put in Ronaldo as a winger, you're like, wow. You put in like Salah and Mane and Heung-min Son as wingers, and they get grabbing double figures every season. It's just very skewed. But so when you picture Patrick Berger, I mean, is there a goal that you remember? Is there a shirt I actually remember him. There's that one goal, I think, in a Portsmouth shirt, which I remember was just like, obviously a real deep volley, I think it was, and it's just like, wow.
I can picture a goal he scored, which was a volley in a Liverpool shirt, but I only know it through Premier League years.
Oh, really?
And it was a massively good goal. I have no idea who it was against. It was someone. They were playing in a black or dark grey kit or something, and he absolutely banged one. And I remember him being in the Liverpool shirt where it had their badge in an oval, like crest. Can you remember that badge? Can you remember that kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kit I picture him in. And I'm now struggling to remember him playing for Aston Villa. I remember Liverpool. I remember Portsmouth. Stoke I don't give two shits about, but I feel like I should have remembered him playing for Aston Villa.
Do you know, I've found it. It's his goal against Charlton, it was. And it's similar to Thierry Henry. Do you remember Thierry Henry's goal against Man United? Obviously, you will remember this. The old chip up volley.
Barthez.
Yeah, and it's similar to that. So he's on the edge of the box, and he's free kicks rolled into him, chips it around the outside, and volleys it back across the other side. That is just over Dean Kiley, as I live and breathe. Yeah.
He played for ages as well.
I think he rolls. It looks like he rolls Danny Murphy.
Incredible.
Yes, he does. Danny Murphy gets the wrong side, tries to nick in, and boom, burger, smash, done. Obviously, if there was. I mean, you talk about nicknames. Patrick Berger's going to have had some burger puns done about him, which if we read back now, you'd be irate about, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you definitely would. But yes, Patrick Berger, very happy with that. Good little.
Very handsome man as well, wasn't he?
He was long, flowing hair. He was one of probably the poster boys for Liverpool, I imagine.
Yeah.
Would he have been with McManaman? Would they have been on opposite wings at the time? Or was McManaman at Madrid then?
No. I think he. Yeah, I think they would have been opposite wings. I think McManaman would have been there at the same time. Yeah. I was never a big McManaman fan, though. Still not. You?
No, I hate him on BT Sport whenever I tune in. Imagine that, Josh. You moved to Singapore and I still have to put up with Steve McManaman. It's horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was always the one where it was sort of like I questioned how he moved to Madrid. Why him? There must have been so many better players that they could have had. I guess the price maybe, but yeah. So yeah, cool. I still can't remember what my other topic is that I wanted to discuss about, but I didn't write it down,
right.
So it must have come to me halfway through the podcast, and now I've forgotten it. So
never mind. We'll bookend it with the we're reviewing your quiz performance, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, how have you done? So I posed a question earlier to Dave. There have been 10 countries who have lifted the UEFA European Championships. Dave has named 6, I think. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
So he has 4 remaining, and a couple are obvious. One should be front and centre of his mind, but one is going to absolutely catch him right out. So Dave, how have you done? Sorry. You've named Germany, France, Italy, Portugal, Denmark, Greece. So 4 left to name.
Yeah, and you said one should be very, very obvious.
I mean, super obvious.
England?
Dave.
What?
Have we won the Euros?
Not that I remember, no, but you said it should be really obvious.
I mean, obvious and right.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Not just name a country you're from.
I misunderstood the question, sorry.
Instructions unclear, penis chopped off.
Spain, obviously.
Yeah!
Bloody hell, yeah.
Yes.
They did the World Cup and Euros double.
Yeah, they did back-to-back Euros. I think they might be the only side to do back-to-back Euros. Yeah, they beat Germany 1-0 and then beat Italy 4-0. Yeesh.
Ooh, yeah. Right, let's go with sort of just getting into territory. I mean, I think I mentioned them briefly, but I think it got swept under the rug. I'll go with Netherlands again, because they did have a period where they were incredible.
Correct. Netherlands have won it. They won it in 1988. Yes, right, 1988.
Okay. Who did they beat, or is that giving the answer away to something else?
I cannot tell you who they beat, but Ruud Gullit and Marco van Basten scoring with 2 goals. I mean, yeah, they also played Frankie Rijkaard, Ronald Koeman, Owen Koeman. Yeah, good side.
Yeah, okay. So how many is that? 8? That's 8, yeah.
8.
I assume we're classing, like, when West Germany were really good. Are we classing that as Germany?
Yes, I'm classing that
as Germany.
Okay.
I don't know. Hungary were always really good back in the day.
Fortunately not. Ones you've got to name the inaugural winners in 1960.
Oh, God. Okay.
And then also... so this country won it in 1976.
Is one of them a union that doesn't exist anymore?
What would you say? The
Soviet Union.
Yes, Soviet Union. Yes.
And the only reason I thought was that because in '96, wouldn't they have had that really good goalkeeper who played with a cap? What's his name? I want to say it's like Karpin, but that's wrong.
Dimitri Karine?
No, not Dimitri Karine, you dickhead. He played for Chelsea in like 92. Oh, God.
He did 96. Oh, 1960. Sorry, Levi Ashin you're on about.
Levi Ashin, yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, he didn't play in... he did, sorry. He did play, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a name. He had, what was his name? Something like Black Panther, was it?
Black Panther, yeah, it was Black Panther, yeah. So,
yeah.
Okay, so the Soviet Union. Okay, oh my God.
Yeah.
So
you have one left to name.
Was it part of the Soviet Union?
Have
they broken away?
They have had a real kind of tumultuous past. They have changed names. There's different names to what it is now. They're now It's separate. So yes, and we have also named quite a lot of players who've played for them in this podcast already.
Is it the man that you've mentioned about his penis quite a few times?
And also Patrick Berger and Vladimir Smica.
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia. Yes.
Yeah, but it's funny if I make it about you talking about a penis. So.
I mean, he was much more than just a penis to me, Dave.
He was a goaltender as well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Goaltender lover. This podcast has turned very homosexual.
This has been a very bizarre.
Nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm very liberal. Everybody's free to do what they want.
Yeah,
but, It took an unexpected turn. I'm not homosexual, so it's
wow.
caught me off guard. So.
This is on the internet, Josh, as you mentioned earlier. So
absolutely,
this will go down in history.
The World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
Yes, Czechoslovakia won in 1976.
Okay, well, I've got them all.
Germany. God, how many times has Germany lost? God, Germany have lost. I've been run up 3 times. Joint with Soviet Union, also been run up 3 times.
Okay, hang on. But how many times have Germany won it if they've been runner-up 3 times? They must have won it more than that.
Yeah, 3. No, equal 3 times.
Equal.
Both.
Okay.
Germany and Spain have won it 3 times apiece. 2 sides. You can get 2 more bonus points here.
Oh, okay.
Which are like Schrute bucks.
And what do I get for 1 Schrute buck? What's the value?
A Stanley nickel. So the 2 sides that have featured in finals but not won.
Oh.
Obviously, you haven't named them yet. Just to make it super simple for you, Dave. Haven't named them yet. So this one side was beaten by West Germany in 1980, and the other side was beaten by Italy in 1968. So the side beaten by West Germany, they're still the same country. I mean, the side beaten by Italy is as tumultuous as Czechoslovakia and Soviet Union. It's right. Now a number of countries.
Okay, so I'm going to take a stab at the Italy 1968 one and go Yugoslavia because they've changed.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And they had a very decent team at one point. The other one, bloody hell, 1980.
Yeah, 1980.
England?
No, Dave, we've never got to a final.
Oh, that's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate to break it to you.
I mean, Josh, I was minus
spoiler
6.
alert.
I wasn't minus 6 at this time. This is way before my football knowledge.
Yeah, the full ride-out rule is not in place.
Yeah. Belgium.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
All right.
Lovely.
2 Schrute bucks, please.
No, I cannot afford that.
Have you got change? Because I've got 4 Stanley nickels. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. All right. While we're talking about the Euros, thoughts on the pan-European Euros that are happening next year? Yeah, bloody hell, next year.
Oh, the kind of the decentralised Euros.
Yeah, where it's the semi-final and the final is in Wembley, but it's being all played around, and I don't know how the group stages are going to work, but yeah, that's what's going to happen. Any thoughts?
Yeah. I when I initially heard it, I was like, I don't like that. But I'm not overly fussed at the moment. It's just whether this atmosphere will be affected. Maybe I'm not quite sure, but I'm not. I'm reserving judgment, a negative judgment as yet. So, because it can be in the same country. I mean, when it was in Brazil, you can be miles and miles away from each other anyway. If it's a host country is massive anyway, it could sometimes be bigger than all of these. Because we're reasonably confined. I mean, unfortunately, the old Azerbaijan one gets in there again. Baku's in there again, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we obviously had the Europa League was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a farce.
But we've got Dublin, Glasgow, London, Bilbao, Rome, Munich, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Budapest, Bucharest, and St. Petersburg. And so that's, I don't know, I quite like it. I think.
I like the premise of it, but it seems like it's going to be much more hassle for the fans. Yeah, okay, Brazil's big and you have to travel from across Brazil, and Russia is big for the World Cup and stuff like that. But once you're in the country, it's generally easier to travel. Like, imagine if you've got a group game that's in Baku, and then you've got to go to Budapest, and then you've got to go to Wembley for your 3 group games.
I'm not quite sure it's structured like that. I think it's very much... they've tried to minimise that, so they would have I think there's two. I think there are two host cities for each one, so it is a little bit like that. So, but I think London and Glasgow are like hosting a group,
Right. Okay.
and so they try to gather it as much as they can, but obviously they will be separate countries. So,
okay, so it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
The thing I'm concerned about is the fact that that country gets a feel-good vibe. It gets all the cities, even like the local cities to the stadium will get that. But will everyone pick that up for the Euros? And will, like, I suppose maybe surrounding area Glasgow will be good. I mean, I don't know. It's a bit Eurovision, but I don't know. I think it might be quite good.
is there just because we're talking about it, and I'll ask you a question? Do you know? You might not know the answer. Is there any rules that like England can't be in the group that is based at Wembley?
Well, I don't know actually.
Due to an unfair advantage or something.
I'm not sure actually. You would imagine so.
Or are they going to be based at Wembley so that it's easier for the supporters, sort of thing?
No, I don't know actually. Well, I will have to have a look and find out for future podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah. Have we qualified, even though we lost to the Czech Republic? Is it like a given?
Not? I mean, it is effectively a given, but yeah, we've got Bulgaria to see off, and Harry Kane to get more goals.
Yeah. From the penalty spot. It's the only way you can score.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah. But
there we go.
Messi misses from penalties.
Yeah. He does.
Right. Well, shall we leave this international break as a break from a standard podcast for the week, Dave? Are we done? Have you got any other business?
I think the listeners are just praying for football to come back so that we don't talk about Petr Cech anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you don't talk about Petr Cech anymore.
Unfortunately, it's now a recurring theme. It's going to be a recurring segment. Petr Cech watch, and we'll see how he's getting on for the Guildford Phoenix.
Yeah. No any other business from me. I am happy with how that's gone.
Well, excellent. Well, you can check us out. This will be available on YouTube, obviously, because you hopefully listen there with all our back catalogue to trawl through. But leave us a message on there, comment on our videos. It is please do it. But when someone comments on a video and it's an old one because they're catching up, it's like, oh my goodness, what is that? How does that relate to this week? And I realise it's an old video, but I love seeing people get involved in older podcasts. And catching up, that's really nice to see. Catch us on Spotify or on SoundCloud, but outside of listening to us, you can then also interact with us on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
No A in football. That's gone. But yes, enjoy that until next time. We'll see when the Premier League's back and Tottenham are back to losing. So, love you and leave you.